Hello everyone, welcome to my Manchester Canal walking vlog. Today we are starting our journey here along the Rochdale Canal near the Dakota Hotel. So this is where two iconic canals, the Rochdale and the Ashton Canals, meet, creating a beautiful, peaceful oasis right here in Manchester. So these reflections, the quiet water and the modern high rises that surround these waters, there's just something magical about it. I can't wait to explore more, so let's get walking. So this bridge that we see there is one of my favorite spots along the canal. It connects us from the Rochdale Canal to the Ashton Canal, and we're going to walk right here that just passed through it. The Rochdale Canal itself has a lot of history. It was constructed in the early 1800s as part of Manchester's industrial boom. It connected Manchester to the textile towns of West Yorkshire, carrying coal, cloth and goods that made this city an industrial powerhouse. It's really beautiful. So as we walk, we come up to the Jutland Street Bridge, which is right there in front of us. Let's talk about the Ashton Canal. The Ashton Canal was completed in 1796 and connected Manchester with the town of Ashton-under-Lyne. Today it's part of what's known as a Cheshire Ring, a circular route of canals that many boaters use to explore the region. We are walking just a short section of it, but every part has its own character and charm. So on our left there, at the end, is the where we would have the Dakota Hotel that we've left behind, or where we started recording, with some beautifully designed residential houses and commercial buildings around this area. This view here is really stunning, with these tall buildings that almost mirror themselves in the canal. It's an amazing mix of urban architecture and calmness of the canal waters. Imagine waking up to this view every morning. Such a slice of tranquility right in the middle of Manchester. and we've got these boats. I believe someone lives there, and I think it's this guy who's coming. You're gonna see him right now. He's coming over here. There's firewood. There we go. There's firewood, but also it's dotted with solar panels, so for lighting and everything. I think if he has got his TV in there, then you know he can entertain himself. The Bluebell. So this is canal living at its best. Sustainable, peaceful and self-sufficient. Just imagine spending a weekend in the Bluebell boat that we've left behind. Floating here in the middle of the city. They call it a staycation now, and it's something I think a lot of people would love to try. Beautiful views. I just imagine living in these houses here just by the canal. I don't know, I guess in the winter it could be a bit cold because it's just close to a water body, but summers must be very beautiful, and even the winter walks here must be very enjoyable. I'm enjoying myself. The weather today is very nice. You can see there's a possibility because it's wide enough. You can use your bikes here, walk, and you know, just enjoy the views of this area. But what I would love is to, you know, live in a place like this where you wake up to these views. Look at this. It is so cute. So we're coming from up there where we started at the Rochdale Canal right at the end, and now we are on the Ashton Canal. So we are walking. We're going to follow the canal all along and see where our adventure takes us today. And then I found these boys here who had their fishing rods. You know, I believe there's some fish here because they are trying to fish. So just imagine the possibility also of fishing right within the city. Remember, this is just like about 20 minutes away from the heart of Manchester, the Piccadilly Gardens. So every time I think I've discovered the most beautiful spot in Manchester, I find other equally beautiful places. So Manchester is full of all these hidden gems that you don't want to miss if you actually visit this city. It's so beautiful. And when the weather allows and it's not raining, you can really enjoy it. And then there's many places where you can go and have you know, a beautiful meal here in town. Look at this. So cute, so beautiful. So now we are approaching the Great Ancoat streets, and we're going to pass under it via that that bridge over there. We're going to go. We're going to follow, or we're not going to go up. So we're just going to go continue straight on. And this, the Great Uncle's Street, is a very important street here in Manchester because it connects different parts of this city. It's interesting how in the middle of all this traffic and activity, we still have this quiet canal paths. The contrast between the bustling city life above us right now and the calm of the water below is one of the things that makes Manchester Canal System so special. So we are approaching now what they would call the Ashton Canal Lock 1. And then it's going to be closed. This is Lock 1, which will then be closely followed by Lock 2. And these locks, what they do is they help manage the water levels, allowing boats to move up and down different sections of the canal. So these are small parts of the working history of Manchester, still functional and in use, showing us how the canals have been maintained over the years. If you're lucky, you might even see a boat going through one of these locks. It's quite a fascinating process. Then you can see how the landscape is changing as well. You can see the towers across over there. We've just seen them, and the ones we've just left behind. You can see the towers at the end, and then the ones we've left behind that are still under construction. And then all of a sudden we have all these new builds here as well. So Manchester is changing or evolving constantly, as we've seen in my adventures. There's a lot of activity going on in this city. It's growing bigger and bigger, and you know, when the population grows, you also have all this going on, the construction, because there is need to cater for all the people who are coming in terms of housing. And actually, with all the buildings and the construction that we're seeing that is going on, there is still shortage for housing. So that's how big Manchester has grown in very few years. So now we are entering what is called or known as the New Islington, one of Manchester's newest neighborhoods and often described as a hidden gem. And you'll find out why. Look at this. It's like a little oasis in the city, with high-rise apartments surrounding beautiful canals and water features. The calmness here is so refreshing. This area was redeveloped to bring in both residential and recreational spaces, creating a village-like feel. And it's only a 10 minutes drive from the Piccadilly Gardens or the heart of the city, so it's incredibly convenient too. But it looks like the feeling I'm having here is like, you know, being at quite some distance from the city, but yet we are actually in the city. Look at this beauty. It's calm. You can't even hear any noise whatsoever. The weather is beautiful today, so you would expect to have so many people walking up and about in this area, but it's quiet. You can see the number of towers that we have here, so you can imagine the amount of people that these buildings house, but yet it is very, very quiet. Look at the boats. So beautiful. So just imagine a summer in a place like this, especially if you have a family and you have young ones. They have a lot of space here to enjoy themselves as they play and mix with kids of their age. And then this is now Old Mill Street, so we're going to walk along Old Mill Street. The other area that we see right at the bottom there, I'm going to do it in my next or in one of my next videos, because I have a plan to, I'm not going to reveal it now, but I have a plan to continue walking through this canal, and by the end of it you're going to discover the reason as to why I've chosen this route. But for today I'm going to walk along now the Old Mill Street, and you can feel the change in pace here. It is quieter, almost like a small town. Look at these houses that we've just seen here on my left hand side. The streets connect us back towards the main city center. So if you follow this one all the way straight, it should take you, it will bring you to the Piccadilly train station, or that area of the Piccadilly train station, and then obviously now the Piccadilly Gardens, which is the town center, will be just a stone throw from the train station, from the main train station. And as you can see, it's equally beautiful here. So we've come to the end of today's walk along the Rochdale and Ashton canals, but there's so much more to explore. If you enjoyed this walk, make sure that you check out the other paths leading up to our next trip. Manchester's canals offer a slice of history, a dose of nature, and some incredible city views that you can't find anywhere else. Whether you are a local or a visitor, a walk here is a must-do experience. Thanks so much for joining me in this canal walk, and don't forget to like, subscribe and comment if you want to see more of these of walks like this. Until next time, happy exploring.